Yeah, the first thing which always I recommend people is that go for the tool, right? Go for the tool, go learn the tool, learn Java, and then move forward. Okay, so I'm not able to hear me. Sure about it because you are in the audio conference. All right. So the first thing which I would like to introduce you is to the history of Selenium as a tool, what that tool is, right? Now, for the first thing which is that it only automates web-based applications. Selenium is a tool only for web-based applications. It's not for your desktop-based applications. Okay, and over the years, this tool has also evolved, right? For example, when I've started to work on this tool in maybe 5 years back, right? There used to be something known as Selenium RC. Now there is something known as ID. Out there also ID was there, okay, and something known as GRID was also present. So these are the three components of Selenium, right? ID as a tool only worked on Mozilla and on no other browser. Okay, it's a basically a record a run tool. Fine, but Selenium RC as a tool, it worked on multiple browsers like Mozilla, Chrome, Opera, etc. Right? So it basically worked on multiple browsers. But this RC, if you had to work with RC, you had to learn languages like Java or PHP or C Sharp or Ruby, any one language. Okay, it's not like if your website is made in C Sharp, then you have to use Selenium with C Sharp. No. Okay, you can use Selenium with Java to test any website, even a website made in PHP or any other language, right? So RC was available, rather it is also right now there. It is available in various languages. People prefer it with Java because Java is an open source tool and there is a lot of help available if you go with Java extension of Selenium RC. Okay, and there were various drawbacks. Okay, people started working on RC. They found there were various drawbacks, there were various shortcomings and all in Selenium RC. So in 2011, a new tool came up. It's known as Selenium 2 as well. That is known as WebDriver. Okay, WebDriver is the, sorry for that background noise. WebDriver is also known as Selenium 2. Okay, similar to Selenium RC, it also works on multiple browsers. It also works with multiple languages, right? But it is a better form. It's more advanced. It's got a lot of other features. I cannot describe the features right now because I have not started the technical part of it. But yes, WebDriver is much better than RC, and everybody who is implementing Selenium these days, he is implementing WebDriver. Okay, Selenium RC is not implemented. Selenium RC is only used by companies who are already working on RC, who have their systems already built in RC, and they don't want to shift to WebDriver because those systems are stable. Okay, so obviously, if you look at the whole scenario, then people can expect you to learn RC. They can expect you to have WebDriver knowledge, but WebDriver knowledge is must. If you're going on for interviews today, even if you tell them, fine, I don't have experience in RC, I have experience in WebDriver, they can buy your stuff, right? But if you tell them I don't know WebDriver, it's very tough. Okay, so that in this course we'll be majorly concentrating on WebDriver, right? And we will learn WebDriver with Java language. Okay, we learn it with Java language because Java with the Java extension it is the most famous. Fine. Similarly, IDE is the same, but GRID has evolved into GRID 2. Now, what is GRID? GRID is something which helps you to execute a test cases parallelly. Suppose I have got 1000 test cases. So I make one computer a hub and I connect various computers to it. And suppose I have got 5000 test cases which I have to automate. So I connect 5 computers to a hub and I distribute 1000 test cases on each of the node. These are known as nodes, and I distribute my test cases for faster execution. Right. So this is known as grid. Okay, this is also used a lot. Fine. So this is about Selenium, that is Selenium RC, WebDriver, IDE, grid. Now, so before I move forward, anybody is having any questions, please let me know. Right? You can ask a question through WebEx chat or you can use Skype to ask a question. Right? Anybody having any questions? You can move your mouse to the top of the window. There's a chat option available, right? You can ask a question through WebEx chat as well. Yeah, Samsung. I again repeat my Skype ID, same as my website name, that is QTP Selenium. You can add me on Skype and you can also ask me a question over there. Yeah, in Grid we create nodes. That's what we do in Grid, right? What we do exactly is we create a central hub and connect nodes to it. Nodes are different PCs, right? And in different PCs we execute the test cases parallelly. Okay. Is there any no? There is no official certification for Selenium. Just like we have certification for Java and all, you don't have official certification for Selenium. There is no certification. Okay, questions are being asked in WebEx chat. I please request you, if you ask a question in WebEx chat, then please address it to anyone, everyone, rather than me. Address it to everyone so that everybody is able to hear. Arpan Patel is asking a question: can we use Grid 2 to do performance testing? No, Selenium is not for performance testing. Selenium is not a tool for performance testing. If you have to use performance testing tool, then you have to use JMeter, an open source tool. Many people do this mistake. They tend to use Selenium as a performance testing tool. It's not a very good thing to do. Okay. Another question is, can you please brief me about what is being taught? Okay, I'll tell you what is being taught. Right now I'm just starting off with Selenium basics, and I'll tell you in time what I'm going to teach you in the course. Okay. Now another question is, is it a good option to use IDE then convert it to C# language or Java language? No, don't use IDE. Okay, don't use IDE. IDE is not a very stable tool, right? Some of you might be knowing that you can record your scripts in IDE, then convert them into RC or WebDriver. It's not a very viable or it's not a very foolproof option, right? Look, what IDE is, I think most of you know what basic record and run is, right? In every automation tool, whether it is Selenium, QTP, Self Test, any tool, you will have a record run feature. IDE is also a record run tool. Fine, yes, you will get the recording sound, right? Now if I go to any website, say a website like this, timesofindia.com, and I record it. I record clicking on this link, then this link or this link. Now this website changes in every 24 hours. The complete website changes. This is a news website, right? On this you have got news. Fine. Now this website will change every 24 hours. Okay. So even if I record today, the recording will not work tomorrow. I will again have to record. So that's why this is a very basic thing why I'm telling you don't use IDE or otherwise workaround is available. But the better tool to use is WebDriver. Okay. In IDE many things are not possible. Okay. Yes, you will be getting the recorded video of this class. I will be giving you the recorded session and you can have a look at them, look at it as well, right? Uh, does Selenium support Silverlight objects? There is no official support, but using JavaScript you can do. Okay, just hold on. I think I have to give him the recorded link. Hold on, guys. I'll just give him the recorded link. Right. So now, as I told you, there are various parts to this tool. You need to learn WebDriver if you want to effectively work in your job or if you want to get a job. Right, learning WebDriver is important. Okay, the reason I tell you this is because sometimes people they start with Selenium and they focus on RC. RC is gone now; it's deprecated. Okay, WebDriver and RC are completely two different tools. Right. So the important thing, the very basic is Java language. So I'm going to start with Java language and slowly I'll tell you how the concepts of Java language they are used in Selenium. Fine. So today is basically a little bit of introductory session, right? The real work will actually start from tomorrow. Okay, today I'll just tell you basic things. Now, first of all, you need to install Java. Everybody must have installed Java to join the WebEx session, right? So I'm very confident and I'm assuming that everybody has installed Java on their PCs. If you do not have if you do not have Java installed, you can go to Java download on Google and install it from the first link, java.com. Okay. Now, while working with Java, you need to write some code, obviously, right? Nobody works Nobody writes the code on simple notepad. Okay, you actually go and write the code in Eclipse. Okay, Eclipse is the editor for Java language. Just like if you have studied C language, we used to have Turbo C, right? So similarly, out here you have got Eclipse. You have to download Eclipse and better download Eclipse Indigo. Fine. There's a reason behind it. I'm telling you because later on in the course, I'll tell you why did I ask you to download Eclipse Indigo. Right. This is Eclipse, and you can go to this link. Right. Depending on your operating system, 32-bit or 64-bit. Right. Download it. Once you download it, it will be in your G drive. Eclipse. Like in my PC, I've kept it in my G drive, Eclipse folder, and you will have eclipse.exe inside it. It comes as a bundle, it will not install, right? When you click on eclipse.exe, this Eclipse will start up. Okay, now one more thing. If you have a 64-bit machine, which almost everybody is having today, right? Kaiser is asking a question: is Eclipse IDE for Java EE developers good? Look, you can get that one as well. Initially, you can get any Eclipse, but since you're downloading, I am advising you to download Indigo because Indigo works good with what do you say, TestNG. Okay, and yes, it is Eclipse IDE for Java EE developers which you need to download. This one. Okay, if you are having a 64-bit machine, then please go forward and download JDK as well. If you have a 32-bit machine, you don't really have the need, but if you have a 64-bit machine, please go and download JDK from this link. Hold on. Yeah, this is JDK. Okay, please download this. Click on this and accept the license agreement and download this one. Okay, so the URL, I'll give the URL to everyone. So in case you have 64-bit machine, please make sure you have JDK installed. Otherwise, Eclipse never starts up. Okay, you get an error. Okay, you get an error. Right. So moving forward, when you start Eclipse, okay, you get a window like this. This window is known as a workspace launcher. Fine. What do you mean by workspace launcher? It is the path where you will be storing all your Selenium code. Okay, this is the path. I'll change this path and I'll call it APR retail. So this is the location where we will be storing the complete code which we'll be making in the class. Right? So hold on, let Eclipse launch. It takes a little while, right? Meanwhile, I'll again repeat, okay, this tool, it takes time to learn. Okay, it's not a very tough tool. Okay, Selenium is not tough. Only thing is you have to go systematically. Do not skip Java language. Right? Many people only do this mistake that they skip the Java language. Okay. Now I have heard, like, why am I asking you to learn Java first? Because people come to me and they tell me that fine, Ashish, there is no documentation available for this tool, there is nothing available for this tool. Look, everything is available. Only thing is it is technical. If you go to the official Selenium website, that is seleniumhq.org, okay, guys, give me 1 minute, just 1 minute. So if you go to the website seleniumhq.org and you click on the download section, okay, go to the download section, then out here you have got a link for Java doc. This is the official documentation of Selenium. Please note this link because you will be using this link a lot. Okay, go to the Java doc link. Now this is the documentation for Selenium. Only thing is you cannot understand this because this is purely technical and this is purely object oriented in nature. Right, to understand this documentation you need to understand the concepts of object oriented programming. Right, it is very important. Fine, so that's what we are going to learn first. We are going to learn first the concepts of object oriented programming. Right, now this is Eclipse, this is the basic layout. Fine, on the left hand side of Eclipse we will be keeping all the projects. In the central part we'll be doing the coding. Fine, and at the bottom over here you will get the output. Okay, right? So now many times people they ask me a question, why are you directly jumping over to WebDriver, why don't you go to IDE or something? Look, if you go for actual people who work on Selenium, nobody works on IDE. Nobody works on Selenium IDE. The real work it is done on WebDriver. Okay, ID just works on one browser, Mozilla. That's it. It generates no reports, nothing. If you go for Selenium ID, then it is not a very useful tool if you have to automate 3000 test cases, right? So if you have a project at a bigger level, then obviously you have to use WebDriver. Fine. I'm going to make a new project over here known as day, right? How do you make a new project? Right click, new project, or you go to file, new, select project, right? From this window, select Java project, okay? Or you expand, if you don't see this Java project over here, you expand Java, you will see Java project here, okay? Click on next and give the project name. I'll give my project name as day 1, fine, and next and finish. Right. Now there are few things which you need to learn and you will be requiring every time. If you expand this project, there are two things. One is source folder and other is GRE system library. This is the library which, this is actually Java, okay, which was installed on your system, right? And this is the source folder in which you will code. You will keep all the Java files and all the coding will be done inside the source folder. Okay, now this is the project day 1. If you right click on the project, you get lots of options in Eclipse. Okay, you go to properties, right? In properties you get a panel like this, okay, and under resource you will see the path where the project is lying on your hard drive. If you copy this path and physically go to the place, you will see this few folders, few files, out of which only source folder is visible in Eclipse, right? No other file .class path, .project or bin and nothing is visible. Okay, .project file represents that it is the Eclipse project. This project is generated by Eclipse. If you delete this file, then this project will not open in Eclipse. Okay, so please be very careful. Don't delete everything and anything, right? Now moving forward, okay, let's create the first Java program. Fine. Just a minute. Right. I'll make a new. I'll right click on source folder. Right click on source folder. Go to new class. Okay. And give the name of class. For example, I'll name it sample.java. Okay. And make sure you check this public static void main and finish. So automatically a file will be generated with some code in between it. Hold on. Right. So this is the file which is generated. Okay, just hold on, I'll increase my font size because font is very low. Hold on. Yeah, I hope everybody is able to see it clearly now. Right, so this is my class, public class sample. Right, it's got a starting bracket over here and an ending bracket as well. Whatever Java code you will write, you will have to write inside this class. Okay, and you must be seeing some wording like public class, public out here, then public static, void, main, right? What is public, what is static, right? I cannot explain it to you right away in the first class, right? As we proceed, Like in next 2 or 3 classes, all these concepts will be very clear to you, that what public is, what static is, and on everything. Basically, I need to teach you the concepts of object-oriented programming, and then only these things like static and all will be clear to you. Okay, so for time being, just accept some things as they are. Right now in Java, there is a rule, that is the name of your Java file, that is name of my Java file is sample, should be same as the name of my class. If I am creating sample.java, then the name of my class should be sample. If I give some other name, immediately I will get an error in Eclipse. Okay, and if you move your mouse over the error, you will see the options for fixing it as well. It gives me two options, either rename the Java file or rename this spelling. Right, so you can do anything. Okay, now public static void main is the function in which the control comes up for the first time when you run your project. Okay, for example, in this main function I will print something. The command to print in Java is system.out.println. This is the command to print, and suppose I write in this learn Selenium, fine, and I execute this file. How do you run the Java file? This is the icon on the top in Eclipse to execute. This is the one, and this is the, you can click on this and this will execute. See, learn Selenium is printed at the bottom, right? So the command to print anything is system.out.println. Fine. I'm assuming in this course that you have the very basic understanding of programming language. I mean, you know what integer is, you know what string is, you know what decimal number is, right? How do you store them, right? I'll just brush up your knowledge if you tend to forget it, right? If you have to store numbers, right, then you have got integers like int I equals to 100. In integer you can store a number. In string you can store multiple characters, right? These two are the most commonly used, you can say, data types, right? Integer is a data type basically, string is a class, right? These two are most commonly used. Okay, and the command to print something is system.out.println. The shortcut is you type syso and then hit control space bar. Automatically this will come. Okay, just type syso plus control plus space bar. Okay, apart from this you also have arrays, right? You have lots of things. I would request you, right, go to my site qtpselenium.com today. Right, go here and go to Selenium tutorial. Hold on, and after that click on training video 1, Java introduction. Play now, watch this one. Okay, if you are not a person who is very strong in Java, I would advise you to watch this one. Look, what I recommend, going away from Selenium, look, what I recommend in this training course is that uh, the reason I give the first 5 classes as trial classes is so that you can actually judge yourself whether you will be able to understand in the course or not. That's why I give the first 5 classes as trial classes, because there are a section of people from manual testing background who come to me and they don't have a very good knowledge of programming language. Okay, so if after 5 classes, if you feel that you're finding it little tough to come up with Java, you're not able to understand it, right? What I recommend is don't go for the class directly. Don't join the Selenium class, my class directly if you face or if you're not very confident in programming. What I recommend is go for the videos. I made videos on all the 43 modules, like the modules start from Java to WebDriver to frameworks to grid and all. Everything is there, right? To Android based driver in Selenium, everything is there. Go for the videos, buy them, watch them, right? When you are watching videos, you can rewind, you can play, you can do lots of things, and you can practice, right? And after you have gone through that, then join the class by paying the difference amount, that is whatever is the difference fee between the videos and the class. Pay that, join the class, and when you come to the class that way, you have a certain background in your mind, and then you feel, then you actually tend to understand things in a better way. Okay, but if you're able to understand in the class, you're able to follow, then you can continue with the class as well, right? So moving forward, okay, this was just a brief um, advice for everybody, because I don't want people to feel after the class that fine, it was not value for your money or value for your time which you spent. Okay, so don't take a decision that fine, in class I can understand everything, so I should join the class, or there's always a mental block to join the class. But go for the videos, understand from them. If you feel the need to join the class later on, you can join by paying the difference, right? So now, this was a simple Java program, sample.java, and I executed it and I was printing learn Selenium. Okay, now in Java, right, every file, like if I go to the physical location, the source folder in which sample.java is lying, I can open it, right? I can open it, and if you look at the bin folder, then in the bin folder you will see sample.class file. Every Java file, it is converted into a class file and stored inside bin by Java compiler. This class file is actually the executable ones which gets executed. Okay, hold on. The question is being asked is, can you show the Java documentation in Selenium? Okay, fine. I'll again show. You go to the website seleniumhq.org. Okay, out here. Oh, some mistake, spelling mistake. Selenium hq.org. If you go to this side, look, what is the first line on this website? Selenium automates browsers. It's only for your browser based testing. Now Android driver is there in Selenium, iPhone driver is there. People think that these drivers can be used to test mobile applications. It is not like that. They only test how your website is opening in mobile. Okay, I have the training videos for Android as well. You can have a look at them, right? So now you have the download link over here. You go to the download link, and this is the Java doc. You will be using this a lot, the documentation for Selenium. You click on this, and this is the technical documentation of Selenium. Look, these are all the classes which are there inside Selenium. So we will be looking at them. Nobody knows about all the classes, right? It's very vast, but there is a way to get a solution when you are stuck somewhere. You want to know how this can be done. So you need to know how to go through this complete documentation, right? So that's what we will be doing in this course. Okay, so the main motive of this course is to give you a platform on which you can actually grow, not to teach you things that this has happened, this is done this way, this is done that way. It's not like that. Okay, basics should be very clear, right? If you ask any Java developer to work in Selenium, I am dead sure that he will be able to grasp everything in one day. because he has a very strong background in Java. It's not a big deal. He'll just go to the API, he will read it, what it's all about, and he'll start working on it. It will just take him one day to actually come on a good level. Okay. Now, as I was telling you, every Java file is converted to a class file. Okay. If I create another Java file, for example, I'll create another Java file, say print country, and inside the main function of this file, I simply write system.out.println India, right? And if I run this, it prints India. Fine. And if you go to the bin folder, you will see that there is a class file generated corresponding to this Java file as well. Okay, there is a class file which gets generated corresponding to this Java file. So every Java file which you make will be converted to a class file. Okay, what if you end up making thousands of Java files? You will get thousands of class files. Now these class files, they are executables, right? When your client tells you that fine, I need your project, you don't give them the source code, you give them the class files, because these class files are executable. And suppose I have got 1000 class files, how will I give my client all the class files? You will bundle together all the class files in a single file known as a jar file, and you will give your client a jar file. So what a jar file is collection of many class files. For example, giving you practical example, this is GRE system library. This is Java which was installed on your system. Okay, if you expand this, you will see the various jar files. Java is nothing but collection of jar files, and in each jar file you will have lots of class files. Okay, question is being asked, why are you checking public static void main while creating? Because I need this main function. The main function is the one in which the control comes up when you run the program. It's just like language in C or C++, if you have studied, there is a main function, right, in which the control comes up when you run the program, right? So that's why I'm checking this, so that this code is pre-built, I don't have to write it. You got my point? Hold on. Without checking, I'll show you. I'll make a new class called as test.java. It will come as a blank class. I cannot execute it. I cannot write any code in it. Nothing. So I will have to write the main function in the class. It is mandatory. Okay, because the control comes inside the main function for the first time. Okay, so there are people in this training from various backgrounds. Somebody might be having a good programming background, somebody might not be having a good programming background. So I suggest everybody, please be with me. We'll be going from simple to very complex things. Okay, so as I was telling you, what is a jar file? Jar file is a collection of all the class files, right? Similarly, what Selenium guys did, they made Selenium. What actually they did, they made lot of class files. Okay, bundled the class files in jar files, and they gave us the jar files for download. Okay, if you actually go to seleniumhq.org, under the download section, you have to download Selenium. You actually download the Java client library from here. Okay, the current version is 2.32. Okay, You can download from here. What you will get is, hold on, I'll tell you. When you download and extract it, so I have 2.31 right now. So it all started with 2.0 beta way back in 2011. Now 2.32 has come up, right? Right now I have 2.31 on my machine. In this, you will have nothing but two jar files. Okay, now hold on. Look, WAR is a web application archive file. WAR you don't need. WAR file is used for web-based application development. Okay, you don't need WAR in case of Selenium. In case of Selenium, you just need class files. Jar files. Jar files are nothing but set of class files. That's it. Okay, and when you download Selenium, nothing comes but you get various jar files. So these are the two jar files, and under the library you will also get lot of other jar files. Okay, these jar files are for Selenium. There is no exe in Selenium. Selenium is not installed. It is configured on your system. Okay, once you have downloaded these jar files, you can directly include them in your project. You can right click on your project, go to the properties, fine, and go to Java build path. Right, I'll again tell you, right click on project, go to properties, go to Java build path, and go under libraries. Okay, this is library, right, and click on add external jars, fine, and then go to the location where you have the jar files. C drive, yeah, 2.31. These two jar files you have to include, and do not forget to add the jars under library as well. So that's it. Selenium is configured in your project. You will see reference library section here, and under the reference libraries you will have the Selenium jar files, and you can use these jar files in your project to work with Selenium. That's all. Selenium is not installed. Okay, it is not installed, right? How do we create a jar file? Well, it is quite simple. You have to go to your project day one, go to file, export, right, go to Java and jar, click on next. I will name my Java file as jar file as day1.jar, and next and next and finish. Right, so it will be exported to the location. I actually gave a default location, but you can do like this, you can simply export it. Okay, so this is about jar files, fine. Now anybody having any question from today's class till now regarding the course, regarding Selenium, anything, any doubt, any technical query, any non-technical query, any question? Yeah, Veena, tell me. Can we watch today's session? Yeah, I am recording the session. You will get the recorded URL in some time on your email ID. There are 43 videos on Selenium. How many of them are covered? Look, yeah, that's a good question. Look, what is MF, Veena? Okay, hold on. I'll go step by step, right? Step by step. First of all, let me answer Janki's question. There are 43 videos in Selenium. How many? Look, I know that in my site there is lot of stuff available. It is a very vast subject, Selenium, right? I have got tutorials on Java WebDriver, Selenium RC, Flash, SVN database, Grid, Page Objects, Cucumber, and Android as well, right? So in this class, I cover Java, I cover WebDriver, I cover frameworks, right? That's the basic test ng, GA and all that stuff will be covered. Basically, the first 21 modules. Fine. Um, this can also be done by build by. Yeah, you can do that way as well. That's not a big deal. Yes. Shweta. Will will learning Selenium help 5 years experience? Obviously, everybody has to learn this tool now. This is a tool which is getting very famous. It will be used in future like anything. You have to use it if you have to build your career forward, right? I have seen some of the sample videos on your site. You still advise to buy and see and then join the. Is it okay if I continue? That's what. If you think that you're able to understand the stuff in the class, you can continue with the class. You'll get the videos along with it, right? Or you can directly buy the videos. They are very informative. You can learn from them and then join the class by paying the difference amount. Okay. That's why I have the 5 trial classes so that you can actually judge whether you are able to understand stuff or not. Okay. Can you show me once again how we add Selenium jar files in Eclipse? It's quite simple. I'll show you again. All you need to do is that you need to right click on the project, go to the properties, then go to this option Java build path. Okay, and under Java build path you have libraries tab. Click on that and then click on add external jars button over here and you add the jars. Okay. How are classes different from videos? Veena is asking a question. How are the classes different from videos? Look, in classes we have got first of all a direct interaction, right? Otherwise, videos they are more elaborate, no doubt about it. They are over 100 hours. Fine. Along with the classes, I also give access to the videos. In class, I have a little time constraint of 20 to 25 hours, so I don't teach everything. I just teach Java and WebDriver. Otherwise, topics like database testing, Flash testing, Cucumber, Android driver, SVN, Maven. So all these things are there in the videos as well. Okay. So what is the workaround if some of the commands like add selection is not working? If I use and try to convert it to C# using, that's what the thing is, Naveen. That's the problem which you will face. So you'll have to go to the documentation. There's a select class which you'll have to use. I'll give you a direct solution. There's a select class which you'll have to directly use. How many classes we have? The course lasts for nearly 6 weeks. Nearly 25, 26 classes. Yeah, select is a class inside the API, Naveen. You can use it if you have to see. Then in Java docs, it is not for everybody. Please ignore if you are not able to understand this part. This is the class Naveen select, which you can use. Yeah. Now, another question is being asked. We need to add Selenium jars and lib folder into. Yes, we need to add them into libraries. From where can I get jar files? I just told you can download the Selenium jar files. Go to this URL. I'll give the URL to everybody on chat. And on this URL, you will have the download link over here. Click on the Java download link and you can download the jar files. Okay. Right. So I'll end up for the class today. Fine, you all will get the recorded session. Yeah, Veena, tell me. A question was being asked. You all will be getting the recorded session. Yeah, Veena, you can ask a question, right? And we'll be going very systematically in the training, step by step, and um you'll understand. For tomorrow, we are going to get new WebEx. Yes, we will get a new WebEx. The same WebEx link will not be applicable. You will get a new WebEx. Okay. Those of you who you can also be online on Skype and you can get the link from me. Okay. Usually we download Selenium. Well, I download it from the Selenium official website only. I don't download it from some other location. Winner. What is Selenium Server? This is Selenium Server on the top. Okay. I'll tell you what this is. Right now, I'm not in a position, Babu, to explain you what Selenium Server is. I'll tell you later on. Right. Okay. So, all right. So I think most of the doubts have been cleared. I just took a very basic thing, that is a simple Java program explaining you the concept of jar file and how to include Selenium jar files. Okay. So we'll meet tomorrow.